One thing I wanted to look at is U of A's losses so far this season and what the other teams did to kind of limit and figure out how to upset, again, Arizona, who has been a highly ranked team this entire season. But there is a reason why U of A fans are a little bit lower on them than usual. Part of that could just be PTSD from all the time that they've had high expectations and they have crashed and burned in the postseason. However, I want to focus in on a couple of games. First game I want to look at is Washington State when they were able to take down Arizona 73-70. Now, just a quick peek at the box score. The main thing that stands out to me is the fact that Caleb Love was really the only person for U of A that put it on the board points-wise. He had 28 points, but he shot 10 of 25 from the field. He was forcing up a ton of shots. He was forcing up a ton of threes. Their next leading scorer was Ballo at 11 points. Now, he did grab 14 boards, which Ralph mentioned was a very big point of emphasis when it comes to how do you limit this team? How does ASU win this game? You keep them off the boards, but he also talked about Caleb Love kind of regressing to that mean. And he is somebody that can shoot U of A out of a game, especially if their backs go up against the wall. You're going to want a guy like that to just keep chucking because, yes, there is a chance that he catches fire. But with the way that ASU pressures and the way that ASU plays defense, there's a chance you can get under his skin. You get under some guy's skin, especially the guy who's going to lead the team in shots. You're going to be able to kind of put that pressure on. And you go and you look over at Washington State, they had that balanced attack that ASU is desperately going to need if they win this game. Their leading scorer had 24, but the next highest was 18 and then 11, right? So those guys, they were able to put together a collective effort. That's what ASU's going to need to do. But again, that was only a 3-point victory. And a 3-point victory is yes, a victory, but not one that was massive in blowout fashion. And that's why I really want to look at this Stanford game. Stanford, when they beat U of A was the number 4 ranked team in the country. Stanford was 5-6 on the season so far. They put up 100 ball on them for 82 points. You want to see a pattern here? Caleb Love, 9 for 19, 1 of 6 from 3, leading the team in shots and in scoring, but the next highest scorer drops all the way down to 12. Omar Ballo again, rest of the starting lineup, they just combined for 17 points total. Listen, guys, if you're able to put the pressure on this U of A team overall, right, you want Caleb Love to feel like he needs to go into hero mode to save it, there is a chance that ASU can get out ahead early in this game. And if they can keep that pressure up, which we have seen them do inconsistently, but we have seen them do throughout times this season, that's really the only way ASU is going to be able to pull this off. You have to get Caleb Love to go into hero mode, but you also have to get that balance to where you're not leaving it open. You're not letting him hit shots, because if he hits shots and he goes into hero mode, he's going to catch fire. ASU needs to spread it out. They need to get everybody involved. Listen, I know I said it earlier and it felt wrong coming out of my mouth talking about this might be an Alonzo Gaffney game, but they're going to need him to step up because, yes, Jose Perez can lead your team in scoring. Jemiah Neal can lead your team in scoring. Frankie Collins can lead your team in scoring. Like, that's all great. Adam Miller can even lead your team in scoring on some nights. But the reality is that when you are up against the wall and your back is up against it on the road against a team that is, according to ESPN's matchup predictor, a 97% favorite against ASU, it's going to be on players like Alonzo Gaffney. It's going to be on players like Sean Phillips Jr. in order to kind of complete that entire puzzle. It's two-sided. You need U of A to not have that complete puzzle. You need Caleb Love to go into hero mode, brick a bunch of shots, Omar Ballo not to get into rhythm, and everybody else kind of falling behind and trying to find their place when they should, hey, I'm going to cut in here and I'm going to try to score here. No, if they're not clicking, if they're not operating at their highest level, and it's a team that has seen underdogs beat them, not just once, not just twice, but 3 times this year, one of them in blowout fashion, 2 of them in close games, that type of stuff sinks into teams, even the best teams, right? If we want to look at a bigger, like a sport like the NBA, right? A professional team. Obviously, I'm very focused on the Suns around this time as well. A lot of talent, really good team, favorites going into a lot of games, but there was that problem that going into fourth quarters, you almost have that type of PTSD when you realize that you have blown so many leads before, or you keep on losing fourth quarters and yeah, we're supposed to win. The pressure is on us. We have to win. And if you don't, a couple times throughout the season, when you get that pressure put on you again, there is a chance that seeps back in. And in order for ASU to pull off a win when they 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 are very, very unlikely to pull off a win, and that hurts my heart to say. But it also makes my heart happy knowing that when ASU is the most unlikely to win, they are still able to step up. And there are times where that has been when they have took over and they have won. Look, Frankie Collins, you're going to need to have a Frankie Collins game. You're going to need to have 3 to 4 steals. Listen, Jose Perez, I need you banging in the post. I need you putting the pressure on them on offense. I need you getting down and getting physical and tiring them out, because you know that even though that this game might be similar to other games that U of A played where they're going to be heavy favorites and they're going up against a team that on paper, less talent, not supposed to be a competition, it should be a blowout. The difference is this is a rivalry game. And because it's a rivalry game, nobody's going to be taken lightly. Not a single person. Nobody's going to go into this ASU U of A game on the University of Arizona side and say, we're going to take them lightly. So you still need to go out and you need to punch them in the mouth. And I'll tell you what, no matter what, guys, we're going to have a post-game show for you. It's going to be me again. Totri, I don't know. He's off doing Totri things. I'm not really sure exactly what he's doing. I don't even know if Jacob knows what he's doing. All I know is I got the text saying, take the reins, buddy. It's all yours. I'm going to head out for a little bit. So we wish him the best. Make sure you guys tune in also tomorrow for our post-game show. Win or loss, we're going to be there.